So welcome back, folks, and we're here once again with our conversations with Hope City, the new church plant helping persons to find their hope in Christ, regardless of what they face in life. Come as you are, no perfect people allowed. My name is Keeks, and I'm here as always with Pastor J of Hope City. Over the past few weeks, we've been going through some relevant topics that has been affecting us all. During this time, we dealt with fear over a 3-week period, and then last week we dealt with gratitude. All right, and I just want to bring back the point that in all the gratitude that we expected to have, it's okay to feel the stress. It's okay, to feel a little despair every now and then. But the gratitude is just being able to see what you have, right, and be thankful for that. So as we continue this week with another relevant topic, this topic is a huge one, right? And for me, it's almost like a song that you think you know, and then someone asks you to sing it, and then all of a sudden you realize you only know the chorus, and this topic is faith, right? Again, it might seem like something that's so straightforward, and it might seem like something simple that we all understand. Yeah, faith, I know what faith is. But then if you're asked to explain it, you realize that you're not quite sure how to explain it sometimes. So today we have Pastor J here, and he'll clear it up for us, so that hopefully at the end of this episode, we'll have that clarity in our minds as to exactly what faith is. So over to you, Pastor J.
Gigs is always amazing with your intros, brother. Let's hope we can teach you the rest of the song, right?
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We really don't plan all this kind of stuff, so it's really catch me. When we talk about faith, I just want to bring it down to, I think today's episode just touching on it, because we'll take the next couple of weeks to talk a little bit more on stuff with it. But a lot of people, when they talk about faith, is like they have faith in a situation or something changing. So people right now talking about having faith that COVID is gonna disappear, or the cure is coming soon, or but for us as believers, I want to challenge people not to have faith in a circumstance, but to have faith in God. So the way I would say it is like, so if COVID still continues, would you still be faithful to God? Would you still trust Him? Would you still, a lot of people go through disappointments like that. So before we even get into faith, I just want to give a real, honestly, down-to-earth definition for what I would use as faith, especially with God. And I would say faith in God is just simply believing who God says He is, as well as believing that God will do what He said He will do. So let me just draw the reference to the COVID. We believe that God says He will take care of us. We may not know how. So taking care of us during COVID may come about in different ways, but we have faith that God will take care of us, if that makes sense. Yeah. I think for a lot of us, where the difficulty comes in with faith, as you say, that faith of that just believing in someone, right, and what they will do. With everything else, just being humans and dealing with persons, right, we tend to be able to see the rewards or the pain associated with having faith in someone fairly quickly as compared with God. So I might have faith in you, and I'll be able to see that not. But in a lot of situations with God, I think people don't see it readily because they expect it to be like today for tomorrow, the same way like they're saying, have faith that God will take care of us. And a man might be looking at that take care of us in terms of, this week, next week, the week after. Or today, even today, like I need something today. Yeah.
Right. So I think that's where the difficulty comes in. For a lot of people that have faith in God, I know a lot of the time we say God always answers our prayers. Sometimes He just says no. And that's a difficult thing to conceptualize when it is you really craving for something now. we want it to happen now, right? So I can still see, even with the definition that you brought there, with what faith is, how it will be hard for just the normal person looking for that that reassurance now to really just keep in the mind that, well, yeah, just keep that faith in God, and eventually you'll see, somewhere down the road. Right, but yeah, let's continue. Let's develop on it. Some.
I thought you just gonna preach there, continue to preach there, because I mean you touch on a really essential part, which is the timing. I'll draw this reference to you. Keys, for your birthday, you wanted KFC, right?
Right.
You would have loved to have that, but for that time you didn't. You couldn't get it, right? It was outside your control. Now we have KFC reopen. Some people might be thanking God for that. You know what I mean?
For real. And even with the KFC, I was able to have it the Monday and the Tuesday when it opened. So I make up for it.
and that's the thing, like, our timing is not always God's timing. So that is an important thing you touched on. What I would hit on really, just for our short time today, is if we're going to talk about faith, let's talk about what it isn't. Just like you started off the episode about gratitude, it's the same thing. Faith is not putting our heads in the sand and pretending that everything is good. That's not faith. Faith is not just thinking positive. Faith is not speaking things into existence. It's not the law of attraction, as some people try to mistake and align it to Christianity. It's not. I'm not afraid to say that. You feel free to disagree. But it's something I strongly hold to. Faith is, I would say faith is seeing who God is despite what we see in our lives, despite what we feel, and even despite what we experience. Our experiences sometimes could contradict, like, we talk about the COVID, so if someone has a need today, like, all right, I don't have a job, I lost my job because of this COVID-19. If God is taking care of me, I need it to be sorted out now. We want God to move how we think, and this is where the faith is. All right, I have faith that God, you see the bigger picture. Yeah. You don't just see tomorrow. You don't just see the end of the month when the bills are due. You see next month. You see the next couple of months. You see next year. And my faith is that you are a good Father, and you provide for me. You protect. You guide my steps. And so even though I'll face some hardship, my faith is in who God is. And the quick story that I want to just share, just to illustrate the point, Keys, is a famous story that if you grew up in church or as a kid you might have heard, was the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were in captivity, so quote-unquote slaves, but they were working under this king who captured them, King Nebuchadnezzar, and he was not a believer. He did not believe in the God of the Bible. So the Hebrew boys, they would serve God, but this king made a decree that he would create a statue, and that at the sound of music, etc., whenever you heard this music start to play, you had to bow down and worship his God and his statue. The Hebrew boys refused. Long story short, they're confronted by the king. The king tells them, well, why didn't you hear what? I'll give you another chance. When you hear the music, but if you bow down, good. If not, I'm going to throw you into a fiery furnace. Faith for me was the response of these 3 boys. They say to the king, they said, listen, we don't need to answer you. They was a little bit rude, and I love that partner because they were so bold and confident. They said to the king, they said, we don't need to answer you in this matter. If you throw us into the fiery furnace, our God is able to keep us. And to keep us not just from the furnace, but keep us from your hands. So I love that. But here's where I saw the difference in their faith compared to ours most times. So their struggle was being thrown into a fiery furnace to be killed. That's extreme. But they had faith to believe that God could protect them. But here's the next statement they made. You can look at this in Daniel chapter 3. So you guys could read it. and follow along with the story. But after they tell him that they have confidence God would save them, they said in the next verse 18 says, even if God does not save us, even if not, we will still not bow down to your gods. This is what faith was. Their faith was not just simply that God would save them. They said, even if he doesn't save us, we will not betray the worship unto our God. For me, that's where I want to show people that faith is not allowing our situations to change how we see God.
Yeah.
So even if God doesn't show up for you today, I have faith he could show up tomorrow or the day after. It doesn't change who God is in my heart. And that's the thing that I really wanted to just kind of challenge and leave the people, everyone watching with. I know we talk about being positive, have gratitude, but the way that you accomplish those things is by having faith in something that is unchanging, unshakable, unmovable. COVID doesn't shake who God is. My trials, my situations, my failures don't change who God is. And so just from that story, Keeks, that is the thing that I want. Don't let your circumstances challenge your view of who God is.
Yeah. And I guess even from the simplest of definitions, without even going into all the depth of it, and you just look at what faith is, that's really, the clearest depiction of it. It's something that's not supposed to be easily shaken or shaken at all. It's that belief in something without it having to be proven to you beforehand, right? A point I just always love to make when it comes to that this faith topic is that the same way we say have faith in God and God will provide, I believe that God has already provided it there, and it is there for us to reach out, and perhaps it's just for us to make it move. So just sit down and wait, do the required things. It's like having a name on the box lunch list in school. It's because your name on the list don't mean you're going to get box lunch. You still have to go down when the bell ring and line up. If you don't go in the line,
you have to run fast again.
You don't get any box lunch if you don't go in the line. So you have to still make your steps, towards the things that you want. Having faith, and move forward, keep moving forward. Especially in a time like this as well. As we were speaking about before, now is not a time to stay stagnant.
I love what you're saying. So how the Bible says is faith without works is dead. So it takes our doing. So let me just make a real quick point as we wrap up. Let's just think about it from a business standpoint. As a business person, you can make money legally or illegally, right? Some people will try to do things to cut taxes, maybe be dishonest, to try and save funds, whatever. But if you have faith in God that he will provide, you would need to act in that way.
Yeah.
You catch what it is? So the action to show that you have faith in God when it comes to your business is that you keep everything above board. You catch what I'm saying? So in full agreement with you, and I just wanted to give that illustration just for people to see the practical application there. Because I don't think we're running for box lunch right now. But, but I love it, Keeks. I tell you, you're preaching, man.
All right. So that's it for today. As we went through that whole concept of faith and having your faith in God. Pastor J, want to close them up with anything, or you good there?
Just our statement, man. Face facts, but respond in faith. Face facts, but respond in faith.
Right. Remember that. Face facts, but respond with faith. All right. Don't just ignore the things around. Don't pretend like they don't exist. That's madness. All right. After acknowledging things around, the difficulties we face, but move in faith. So that's the end of this conversation today. I am Keeks, here with Pastor J. And remember, as we leave you all, always remember, come as you are. No perfect people allowed. See you next week.